just a moment. Go ahead and drop them 10 of the day. Make sure you're hitting that like as you come in. It's been a minute, but we are back doing live. So, and we'll get started here in just a moment. And we make sure our sound is on. I do that every time. It's okay. We got to figure it out a little earlier this time. What's good, y'all? Good to see y'all. Welcome back to Smell Goods. Appreciate you all stopping through. It's been a minute since we've done a live. I've been traveling, been doing a lot of different stuff, but I wanted to make sure I tapped in. Appreciate y'all. I got something that we're going to talk through. We're going to talk through a few things tonight, just because there's a lot going on. Y'all know Beauty World is going on, so we're going to talk about some of the things we're seeing and hearing from there. And then we also got, of course, a decant, a discovery set for us to kind of go through. Let me cut this music down even more. But yeah, what's happening with Gator? So I'll talk about that. I'll let him tell more of his story, but Gator's doing all right now. Let's kind of jump through the chat, see what we got going on. First of all is Joel. Joel, of course, early to the party. Joel is wearing Zaharoff Seraphim Musk, wearing the arrow, the newly received Welton London Mystique Myrrh, and it is fire. All right, listen. If Joel says it's fire, it's fire. I don't know. I've put my nose on a few things that Joel has mentioned, and they're there. James, what's going on, my guy? Good to see you. What's going on, my man? Love in the chat. Yeah, man, listen, I do it every time, and because I go live, I turn it on just to say what's up, and then I can hit mute while I get things squared away, and I forgot to do it. But yeah, I'm getting faster at it. Yeah, so as far as Gator is, I just heard from him today. So he had some I'll just say he has some challenges and things, but I'll let him tell his story, tell what's going on, but he's okay right now. He's good. So I'll let him know and definitely stop by his page, show some love. Yeah, definitely glad to see Gator, because he had gone silent in the chat that I'm in with him. And I was just like, man, he's normally pretty vocal, pretty on point, pretty talkative, but he's been silent. So definitely, good to see that he's doing all right. Perfect. Yeah, listen, health is wealth. I'm in a place right now where I'm really working to get a lot of this weight off. I've played around with it for too long. By the grace of God, I don't have any major health issues, but I'm working to get this stuff so that, I can live longer than what might be. So definitely health is wealth. Take care of your health, especially in this time of year. Make sure you vitamin C, vitamin, whatever you need. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. All right. Jacob said, Blind Bought Dynasty Brother comes in soon. Can't wait. What is another tea fragrance worth buying? Blind buying. Listen, I don't recommend blind buying. And this is as a blind buy warrior. There's too many ways, too many options to put your nose on stuff. Listen, as far as, of course you have, I can't remember if it's tea, but Liam Gray, of course, comes to mind as a nice fragrance that still is that nice note as well. But again, there's ways to smell, sample, do that. Don't be blind buy warriors like those of us who are doing this because we do this for content and stuff like that. There's too much out there and too many ways to figure out what you like and what you don't like. All right. According to our Latafa rankings, yes. Yeah. Joe's got some great ones. Wulong Cha, of course, WA 1920. So yeah, you have some. If you're looking for the Latafa, yeah, you have, like I would say, Liam Gray. But if you're looking for some of those other things, Wulong Cha. But again, why blind buy? There's too much out there. There's too many ways. Decants, samples, live vicariously through other folks. Yeah, but yeah, get it yourself. Figure out what you like. Because again, this whole thing is subjective. What I like, you may not like. Because, for example, Walt and me, Fatboy Finesse, our noses align on a lot of things. He's not a fan of Oud Maracuja. I am. So, find who you like, whose nose you like, who you align with, but also get yourself. Am I getting the Latafa Assad elixir? Probably, but not in a rush. I'm not getting it first day. I think it just released like a couple of days ago. Right now, if I'm honest, I'm saving up my money because I'm going to Scent Explore. So Latafa Assad elixir or Scent Explore and explore scents. I think we're going to explore some scents. So we're going to hold off. We're kind of on a blind, a no buy for a little bit. Doesn't mean we're not getting anything, but I'm not really rushing out to get Latafa Assad elixir. If it pops in my lap, cool. If I find it on a good deal, maybe. But I'll probably get it probably by the end of the year. I'll just say that. Let's just say that. Good advice, Joel. If you still want to blind buy, do lots and lots and lots of research before doing it, but sample is the safest way to go. Absolutely. 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 All right. Let's talk, because Beauty World is happening even right now, and that's kind of on my bucket list as far as what I want to do in this fragrance space. I do want to hit up. Let's get this music off. I'm sorry. We'll have some music, because this whole thing, as far as the house we're tapping into today, music is a big part of it. So we'll get some music going in a little bit. But Beauty World has been making some announcements. I think we saw yesterday. What was it? Not Assad, but the Liquid Brune. There's a Liquid Brune elixir. Let me see if I can find that and pull that up. Liquid Brune elixir. So I don't know how I feel about that. It's a Liquid Brune limited edition. Let's see if we can find some images or something of it. Let's share this. I don't know how I feel about it. I've said on Walt's Live yesterday, it feels to me like a money grab. It feels like, let's see if we can share that. Y'all see that? Notes of bergamot, cardamom, cinnamon, orange blossom, elemi, vanilla, broxton, praline, gaiac, wood, and musk. So similar. I can't remember. I think there may be a little changes in that DNA there, but I don't know if it's going to do too much difference for me. I mean, the bottle is nice, right? Looking at that bottle looks nice, but I don't know that I want to jump out and grab it, right? It comes off like it might be too redundant. Let me know in the chat what y'all think, because I'm thinking it's going to be a money grab. It's just going to be kind of what they do, right? Did I show it? Let me make sure I'm showing it. There we go. There we go. That bottle looks nice, but I don't know. Let me know in the chat what you think. Let me know what y'all thinking as far as that, because especially because I'm about to do a review. I've got to test this out some more, but I got the Vanilla Dunes, which is also doing this take of Altair. So we'll do a really side by side to see which one I'm really feeling, but I don't know. See what you said in there. Neve showed last night in the Vulcan Black, which is a Zerzhov Tony Iommi deified attempt. Mm, I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. That'll be interesting. All right. Said your friend bought the original liquid broom, liked it, but it leaned too feminine. Okay, I can hear that. There may be some, for me, I liked liquid broom. Liquid broom worked. It just isn't something I was going to wear all the time, but it is definitely a nice, sweet take of Altair. Nice take on it. Not a one to one, of course, but definitely works for me. I could see how you might say it's feminine, but it works. It works. I'll wait. I've only had liquid broom for a month, and then 2 weeks ago, it was too hot to wear it in North Texas. Listen, I'm still in a place right now where I can't really wear my fall fragrances. Listen, today was still like 85, 86 degrees. I'm looking at the rest of the week, it's going to be up there. It's nice in the morning, and the morning is kind of deceptive here because in the morning we're in the 60s where it kind of feels like I might want to break it out. But by the time I break out for lunch or leave work coming back home, it's 85, 90 degrees. So I can't do it just yet. But it's coming. We're getting closer, getting closer. Yeah, Jims, we'll see. I'm not in a rush to check it out. If it happens, it happens, but I'm not in a rush to check that one out either. Shout out to Walt. Let us know if we don't have the regular liquid broom. I guess we can grab the elixir. Yeah, I mean that might be the thing. If you have held off on getting the original liquid broom, if you weathered all of the hype that happened last year, if you weathered the storm of everyone talking about liquid broom for everything, and admittedly I've talked about it a bunch too, but if you've weathered that storm and you're like, I'm thinking about getting it now, you may want to hold off for the extrait or the limited edition. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be different enough, but if you're looking for that scent profile and they doing it, check it out. Get it in while you can. That guy, oh, talking to him, getting it in with them. Yeah, liquid broom. Yeah. All right. So one of the other things I saw was there's a couple of things I saw. There was also a Armand Club de Nuit bling. I don't know if you saw that Club de Nuit bling. Let me see if I can find that. That was something else that I saw come out or be announced. I don't know what it's supposed to be doing a take of. Let's see. Okay, so Fragrantic has got it up, which means that the trolls are trolling already. Let me share this and show y'all. Oh, my system's moving real slow right now. There we go. All right. So this is Club de Nuit Bling. As far as what Fragrantic, again, take this with a grain of salt. I don't know how accurate this is, but they're showing citrus, fresh, and what have you. Notes look interesting because I don't know what flower prism is or stardust is, but they had to at least for granting, I had to put that in. What I understand, so velvet woods and vanilla. So interesting. I don't know what this doing is take of, and everybody right now is just guessing. Down here, you've got some of everything. So right now we're in the trolling phase as far as everybody's trolling to say, this is what it's going to be. So we'll see. But question is, are you looking forward to Club de Nuit Bling? Here's what I'll say also, though. I'm just glad that we're not getting another Creative Ventus clone out of Club de Nuit, because they have definitely done that intense man every which way they could. I'm good with that, right? We remove that, get that off. David, good to see you. Yes, sir. Jumping in. Good deal. Good deal. All right. Let's jump into our fragrance that we've got today. We're going to talk about house that I think I mentioned on the previous live that I wanted to check out. We've got Zernell Gillie fragrances. So we're going to tap in. We're going to kind of go through the discovery set. I've had this just for a couple weeks just because I was planning on doing some lives, but again, like I said, I've been traveling a lot and what have you. So so we're getting to it now. Wanted to make sure I came on, did it now. Comes, of course, with this postcard in there, and then on the back are the notes. All right. So we're not gonna sit up here and be like, oh, I smell. I'm gonna just read the notes as we go through it. Just I can tell you what I pick up, what I'm really smelling, and kind of what I'm experiencing with it. We're gonna save R&B for well, not last, but we'll start off. Let's start from left to right. We'll go with disco first. And where is my? There we go. Tester strips, courtesy of day 3. I'm still waiting for my my midnight raspberry. So hopefully this week. I know they're supposed to come out or supposed to be released fully this week. Hopefully he'll just make mine available since I'm right up the street. Just I want to get it. But this one is disco. Let's get it on there. And while we spraying this, let's get some disco music going. Let's see if we got some disco music. I think this is our disco. Get our disco music going. So the notes on this are bergamot, lavender, jasmine, saffron, cardamom, tea, tobacco, amber, cedar, myrrh, patchouli, and vanilla bean. So this, turn my music up. Can y'all hear me good? So this disco, the saffron comes out a little. There's this, maybe it's the tea, but there's this almost green feel to this. Maybe it's that patchouli that comes out. Disco's okay. Let's just listen. We got time. Let's just throw it on. I did wash my hands and stuff before, so I got some space. Let's give it a full on vibe and see. Okay. This is disco. Williams asking, what am I smelling? This is Disco by Zernell Gillie. This is from their discovery set. So the bergamot comes out a little more off of skin along with that saffron. It doesn't smell as green as I initially thought just on paper. Yeah. So the reason that I think this could go, that maybe this is disco, is that this does feel older, right? It feels, now I'm a 70s baby, so I grew up in the era of disco. And this feels nostalgic as a fragrance. This doesn't feel modern to me. Yeah, disco is it's meh. It's not necessarily my style, my take. We can definitely let this get a little further as far as the dry down, but that tea and tobacco, really, I would have loved for that to come out a little more. Okay. And as I say that, the tobacco does come a little more, but it's not. This isn't a tobacco fragrance. This is. It's okay. Not necessarily my style, not necessarily my speed. It's okay. All right. That's disco. Disco. Let's jump back in. Let's cut our music. All right. So jump back in. Joel, I saw you say that Zernell Gillie may not be available in Canada. Listen, I'll be glad when these next few years is over and we can get back to life. Because yeah, Joel, the fact we got the tariffs and all that stuff, I don't know if that's going to impact kind of you experiencing this. I definitely would love to hear your take on it as well. But yeah. Say what I'm smelling. Cool. What's good, fam? Great day. It's package day. Today was a package day received. Ben Shelkibi, Ahmed Al Maghribi, and quite pleased with it. Beautiful rose and oud fragrance. Okay. I'm always down for a rose oud fragrance. I am. I'm always down for a rose oud fragrance. That boss. Yep. Gonna jump through. R&B is real good. I'm gonna get to R&B. I am definitely gonna get to R&B because from what I hear, that's kind of the star of the lineup. R&B is kind of like what everyone I hear talking about from Zernell Gillie is one that I definitely hear a lot about. So we're gonna definitely tap into R&B. Absolutely. Ordered Lattafa Dynasty yesterday. Thanks to the video, sir. I hope this will be good for November, December. Yeah, it'll work. Trust me, it'll work. It is from Lattafa. It is my 1 and 2. Between that and Teriyaki Intense, those are probably my 1 and 2 right now from Lattafa. Listen, James. Listen. The thing now, what I like and appreciate about this particular brand, he attributes things to music, right? If I understand the story as far as his background, Zernell Gillie is, first of all, he's from the hometown. He's from Chicago, and he's a DJ, or at least was a DJ. And so music and fragrance, if we're honest, they do coincide. They do go along, right? Both, we talk about the notes, and it's the notes and how you arrange the notes that make up whether or not the song is good, and whether you arrange the notes, how you arrange the notes makes up whether the fragrance is good. So I appreciate the correlation. I appreciate how he did that. And I mean, to think about, again, if we're talking about the inspirations and music and inspiration, I'm interested to kind of dig into some of these others and see kind of how the inspiration of the genre triggered what he created and put together, right? Like I said, disco to me just feels from that era, right? So that's where I'm like, okay, it's not a bad fragrance. It's just not. This is not one that I'm jumping out for, right? Disco's not one I'm ready to go grab a bottle for, right? But disco's, it's okay, just not great, my opinion, right? But again, get the discovery set. Discovery set's not bad. I think it's like $40-$50. Check it out. Check out the discovery set, see what you like, and then get your own. All right. Let's go with the next one. The next one is, we're just going to go left to right. We're going to go with techno. Catch up, and then we'll spray this one real quick. Get some good work. Techno and jazz I talked about heavily, so we're about to tap into techno. Let's see what that is. Have R&B. Again, R&B, yes. Used to be a DJ, but still is. Do you ever stop being a DJ? Can I ask, do I have to let Dynasty sit for a while for better performance, or is good from day one? So my bottle, when I got Dynasty, it did from day one, was good. It, of course, got better as it sat. But yeah, anything, especially when you're talking Middle Eastern brands, all of them you got to let sit for a little bit. But it was out the gate one that I was impressed with. All right. Jason, you changed your name, bro? I see you. Good to see you, man. Go Spurs. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about the Spurs. We might have to have another conversation, especially as we get deeper into the season. We might have to come back and talk basketball. I'm not a Spurs fan. I respect what they did, but I'm not a Spurs fan. All right, let's jump in. Let's talk. We got techno. Now, notes on techno are bergamot, red fruits, saffron, suede, patchouli, lavender, tonka bean, leather, amber, sandalwood, and incense. So we'll first go on to paper. Yeah, very fruity up top, but not an overwhelming fruitiness. But the red berries are there. The red fruits, all of that are there. Off the top, this is one that I can see. Let's get this on. Scan. Let that go there. Yeah. Techno is nice. In fact, let's get our techno music. Yeah. Techno is trying. There's not anything that I can give you a frame of reference for. But so with this techno, yeah, this. So okay, I can say this smells festive. This smells night out. This is definitely a night out type fragrance, not a night intentional night. This is a this is a Jersey Shore, a rave. Yeah. That's where this fits, right? You got the red fruits coming up, not the red berries, but the red fruits coming up very nicely. We do get the softness of the suede in there as well. But yeah, this techno is nice. Techno is one that can work. It would definitely be, let's cut the music. It would definitely be one, not office, daytime, but like more out, brunching, out and about, evening, clubbing, evening party, evening hanging out. That's what techno is for. As far as just off of the initial spray, we'll come back to it a little bit, but yeah, techno is a nice one. Techno works. Right now, the two, techno gets the number one spot. Disco is number two out of the two. That tells you a lot. All right. Let's jump back to the chat. Yeah, definitely hit that like button, y'all. Help the channel out. We're on the road to 7,500. We really want to get there, hopefully by the end of the year, and then make our move towards 10,000 early part of next year. But make sure you are hitting that like button. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right. Saw the name, thought a lot of people, different people, definitely not you. Okay. Oh, you're talking about Jason. Yeah. Yeah. When I first saw that, as far as Jason Farrakhan's biggest shill, I thought that was old boy who's always talking about everybody else is a shill, but it's you. It's you, Jason. All right. Techno's your choice of music. I get it. I'm a house guy. I grew up on house music. Machiavelli, welcome to the party. Welcome to the squad. Appreciate you stopping through, man. Jason is Farrakhan's biggest niche snob that loves clones. We're gonna get Jason hooked on some clones. Right? In fact, that should be our 2026 goal as a fragrance community. Let's get Jason hooked on some clones. We should get Jason inundated with and let's not even make it good clones. Let's get him like hooked on some Mason Alhambras, like some of the old Mason Alhambras. Let's do that. That's what we should do. Ibiza. Not listen. I'm out of that scene. I'm just going off of what I've heard, what I've know. Forgive me. I maybe not Jersey Shore, Ibiza. Okay. Listen, I haven't been to a club in like a club in years. Been to lounges, been to a couple of night spots, but yeah. Well, listen, William, we gotta have faith. We gotta have faith. We gotta try. We gotta try. We gotta at least make the effort. We gotta find. We might have to dress it up. We might have to dress it up in a new name says it all. All right. So here's what we might have to do. We might have to dress it up in a Creed bottle. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna dress it up in a Creed bottle. We're gonna get one of these one of these fraudsters off of Facebook, get them to get us a Creed bottle. In fact, we're gonna like get one of the newer ones that releases probably the next year. We'll go ahead and do that. Put some Mason Alhambra, mix it with a little fragrance swirl, and then throw in some Paris Corner. We'll make a little jungle juice of some fragrances as far as clones. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get Jason hooked on a clone, dress it up in a bottle. All right. William said he loves Bodicea, so he's all about the clones already. Shots fired. Shots fired. All right, y'all. So yeah, techno. Yeah. The leather, after this is settled for a little bit, the leather comes out, but it's a nice, it's not a dry leather. It's more of a sweet leather. So it's like the suede is still there, but the leather kind of brings it down a little, brings it kind of um, um, weighs it down a little. Techno might be, yeah. Techno's one. Techno is one. Techno's legit. Techno is legit. All right. Let's see what we got next. Let's kind of jump around. Let's see what we got. Next one is hip hop. All right, let's get our tester strip again and give you the notes of hip hop. So hip hop is black currant, bergamot, saffron, cognac, green notes, white musk, ambroxan, cacao, and dark chocolate. Black currant, black currant. This is a little, let's, I don't know about hip hop. So right now, the black currant and the bergamot and the saffron are hitting, but there's something underneath. It's the green notes. So the green notes in this give it this weird kind of smell underneath it. Yeah. Yeah, hip hop off top. This is going to be my number 3. When I say respect, I could get with disco a little more than hip hop right now. Hip hop, Yeah, there's the greenness that is kind of underneath the bergamot, underneath the black currant and the saffron. It just it doesn't flow for me. We'll come back to it, but yeah, it doesn't really flow for me because it's like it wants to be. It's like you almost have two scents that are competing against each other because there's the black currant and the bergamot that is there, but then that greenness is kind of taken in a different direction, and it may be the green notes and the cognac that's taken in a different direction. That for me, yeah, I'm not. So far, techno is a definite. Disco is a possible. Hip hop's a no for me. Of course, I'll spend more time with this and let them fully do their thing. But hip hop, so far, it's a no. Yeah, it's a little two different things going on with it. All right, let's go. And other clones also, Jason. Cool. Do you have any thoughts on Coffee Addict? No, I've never smelled it, so I couldn't tell you anything about it. So Jason, if you're looking for another fragrance, buddy, because you had a great idea that we were like, yeah, that might work as far as going in half and thirds on. Because I was talking to Walt about that last night. Fragrance buddies are definitely vital in this economy, especially with prices going up and up and up. Fragrance buddies are good to have. New Aquasar, yes, we go. I'm telling you, we're gonna get you, Jason. We're gonna figure out a way. All right. Have who else has experience? I know. In fact, let's jump to R&B because I know that's the other one that most people have heard about um from Zernell Gillie. Um, so far out of the three, one is a definite, one is a maybe, and one is a no. So, all right, let's jump to R&B. And R&B is honey tangerine, guava, papaya, Bulgarian white rose, Opopanax, white chocolate, cedar, and amberwood. That sounds interesting. Uh, let's not spray the inside of our hand. Let's get there we go. Yeah. Yeah. That tangerine, guava, papaya mix off the paper gives it nice tropic kind of a feel. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. R&B, I can see why people are talking about R&B. R&B, least off initial spray, nice. You get a little in this when I say tropic, I'm not talking like deep in the tropics. I'm talking about just kind of like the freshness of the fruit because the tangerine is nice. That guava and papaya come through nicely. But yeah, R&B is definitely off of the first spray. R&B is there's a reason that people are talking about it. R&B is a good one. Yeah. R&B R&B is solidly a top choice. Yeah. Definitely good for spring, summer. Could even work into the fall. Yeah. See what y'all are saying. They said the entire lineup from Zernell Gillie was fire. Guess they lied. Yeah, I mean, for me, again, for me, definitely get the discovery set. Check it out for yourself. For me, right now, we have two surefire ones. One that's an okay one, and one that just doesn't work for me. In fact, yeah, that hip hop doesn't work for me. Is that doesn't work for me. R&B, R&B, R&B works. R&B definitely works. Yeah. In fact, when I tap into this house right now, R&B will probably be my first purchase from them. Yeah. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Talking about splitting. About yeah. No, I would say R&B is unisex. Now, if you are opposed to fragrances with fruit, yeah. But this is definitely something that I would rock, and it would probably smell good on my wife too. But R&B works. I wouldn't call this a feminine fragrance. I'd say it's right there. Both could wear it. Sounds interesting. R&B is really nice. Yes, sir. Also has good longevity. Okay, that's good because this, yeah, that one works. R&B is a hitter. R&B is a hitter, hitter, hitter. All right, let's jump to the next one, which is jazz. So jazz is red mandarin, mahogany, bourbon, vanilla, tobacco, honey, apopanox, cacao, white musk, and ambergris. And first, let me look up what this apopanox is because he's used this twice. Okay, so apopanox is a resin from a plant, also called sweet myrrh, warm balsamic, slightly sweet scent used in perfumes, incense, and some skincare products. So the resin, sweet myrrh. Okay, all right. Let's. I don't know which strip is which, so we'll just get a new one. But as far as jazz, jazz sounds very interesting. Also, the color it's a little hard to see, but nice golden type juice. Jazz works. Yeah, you get this booziness, you get vanilla, you get the like a wet tobacco. Yeah. Jazz is date night. Jazz is out and about in the fall and winter. Jazz is solid. Jazz is solid. Yo. So here's the thing. For me and for my speed, jazz is the number one now. If I will rank these, jazz is number one. In fact, let's get this. That's just off paper. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Jazz is my speed. Jazz is out with wifey. Jazz is night out. Jazz is an intentional type fragrance. Jazz is jazz is it. Yeah. That tobacco and that vanilla alongside that bourbon. I'll even dare say, because I like Jazz Club, but Jazz Club, in my opinion, aspires to this. And again, I'm just going off my first initial spray. This for me feels heftier. This for me feels like just a nice, hefty fragrance that's got some weight behind it. Yeah. Sorry about that. Jazz is jazz. Yeah. So as I was saying, jazz is number one, R&B is number two, techno is number three, disco is number four, and hip hop is bringing up the rear tremendously right now. Listen, again, I've heard a lot about R&B, and R&B is probably the more mass appeal of the fragrances, but jazz is the solid fragrance that's in this collection right now. From what I've smelled, jazz is the highlight for me. I know not everybody digs some of the fragrances or dig some of the things that are there, but jazz hits. Jazz hits. All right, let's jump back in. R&B is real nice. Has longevity. Make a deal with me. If what? Okay. So you asking us to do the impossible, to do the impossible. Okay. Well, we might see if we can do that though. We might have to cut a deal with Dame. See if he can hold off for 1 week. Just hold off on the glazing for just 1 week and see if we can do that. We'll see. All right. Frankie says jazz is the top choice. Listen, you're in great company. I'm in great company then, because jazz is it. Jazz is it. Yeah, James, I'm a tobacco guy. I like my tobacco fragrances. This this jazz is gonna be full bottle worthy, or jazz is full bottle worthy. Jazz will probably be my very first one from this house then. Jazz is it. Jazz is it. All right. Frankie just ordered blues. Yeah, I know he's released that. I haven't even looked up. We'll look at the notes on that, see if I can find the notes and anything on that. Um, it wasn't out when I got the discovery set. So definitely make sure you tap back in, let us know what you think of that, because new fragrance, definitely would love to check it out and support and see what he's got going on there as well. Yeah, man, that's we gonna figure that out. All right. I'm gonna tell you, jazz is I might even do this. This might be because y'all, some of y'all liked, my wife joined me for a video recently, just kind of giving her take on some of the things, as far as it kind of brings home the point that sometimes we as the fellas, we as the guys that wear the stuff, we like stuff, but the important person in our life is like, I don't necessarily feel that. Or some of the things you think are basic, they're like, I really like that. So I might even get her opinion on this, see if maybe we can get her on camera to kind of give her thoughts on it. So maybe do that. That might be another video we do sometime, maybe next month. All right. But jazz is it. So last one in the house. Last one to tap into is house. Now I gotta play, because I grew up in Chicago, which is why I'm not a Spurs fan. I'm a Chicago Bulls fan. And yes, we've had some problems these last few years. I know that. But I'm a Chicago kid that grew up on house music. Okay. So I gotta have a little house music. Listen, I haven't done my house steps in a while, but house, this was the stuff that we grew up on. So kudos to Zernell Gillie for bringing that back, as far as just even the concept of house. We're gonna break into this fragrance here in a moment, but I just gotta have a little house music. Listen. All right. I'll still break out some house music. All right. So we got house. House is fig, raspberry, Hawaiian sandalwood, saffron, orange flower, ambrette, oud, tonka bean, and cedar. So this is the first fragrance that he has that has oud in it, looks like. And he's got fig. So I'm good with a fig fragrance. Yeah. Now for this to be his house fragrance, let me cut the music here. Yeah. House off the top is nice as well. Okay, so Jason, maybe they didn't lie fully. There's some heat in here. I can't say everything in here is heat, but house is in there. Let's get this. House is in here. Yeah. Very nice, very fresh, which is surprising because that oud does not come through, at least it doesn't come through off the, it doesn't weigh this down. So I want, yeah, there may just be enough oud in here just to give it a little, but I'm not really picking up any, not really picking up any oudiness with this. Right? I'm looking at the fig, the raspberry, and even I guess the orange flower are popping through nicely in this. But I'm not really picking up oud. We'll let that settle. But right now, is in there. House is in there, which makes this a little difficult, a little challenging as far as where I'm going to rate things. But house is in there. Yeah. House is definitely in there. The fig comes off nicely. The raspberry kind of helps to with the little tartness there. Yeah, I'm not picking up that oud there. May come through later, but house is, so if I'm having to rank these right now, jazz would be my number one. R&B would be number two. For me and my wearability and how I would probably wear this, house would be my number three. Techno would be my number four. Then disco, then hip hop. Yeah. Jazz, R&B, house, techno, disco, hip hop. Yeah. Yeah. House is in there though. All right, let me go back. Let me give hip hop one more chance. No. Mm-mm. No. 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 Mm-mm. Hip hop's not it. Hip hop is not it. It is not it. Yeah. Now, hip hop, there may be some people that hip hop does work for my nose. Disco, yeah. Yeah. Techno still works. And techno dries down nicely. It doesn't come off. On the dry down, it doesn't come, or as it's kind of settled down some, techno kind of comes through. That leather is still there, but it's the party vibes that I got initially from techno aren't there as strong. Yeah. It's still kind of out there, but it's not young, if I can put it that way. You know how some fragrances are just like they feel young, right? This doesn't. This started off feeling young, but now it just kind of settles that it's not old by any stretch of the imagination, but it's settled, right? It's a little more mature. Yeah. All right. So for Zernell Gillie, out of the six, four I think are solid. Yeah. Four are solid. One's a miss. One's a depending upon how you feel. Yeah. Yeah. All right. See anything else in the chat? Y'all went silent. It's cool. It's good. Um, trying to think what else. Oh, that was the other thing. Beauty House or Beauty World. There is Eternal Vanille that is coming out from Latafa, which is going to be interesting. I'm curious what that is, just because I am a fan of Eternal Oud. So we'll see what Eternal Vanille comes out with. Trying to think what else. If you haven't already, first of all, if you are in Atlanta, and I'm gonna say this every time I can. Am I buying? Yeah, Jazz is gonna be the first one. I'm on a no buy right now just because I am trying to I'm putting money aside so that when I hit Scent Explorer, if I want to walk away with something or some things, I can do that. So I'm kind of on a no buy, but it's going to be added to my list because Christmas is coming up, birthday's coming up in March of next year. So wifey's going to know these are the fragrances, and Jazz is definitely getting added to the list. Jazz is definitely a buy. There's no question about it for me. Jazz is a full on buy. Yeah. Jazz is a full on, no question about it, buy for me. It's happening. All right. What's good, Thomas? Now, what I was saying is, if you, I had an experience. I went to Atlanta. I've talked about it a little, but I went to Atlanta. Had a chance to stop by Chris Classic and Savoir Faire. Was able to get one of the crown stones. This is Chemistry. But if you are in Atlanta, or if you happen to have an opportunity to stop in Atlanta, first of all, make sure you're following Savoir Faire and Chris Classic. But he's got an amazing setup there where, of course, you can go in and smell all of his stuff, but a lot of black owned brands he has on display that you can put your nose on, and you can, of course, use the QR code and purchase from that company's website. But it's something that I think is an experience. It's something, if you're a frag head, if you're a fragrance enthusiast, if you are anywhere near Atlanta, find out when he's open, and when he does it, go through there, stop through there. It is a way to really just, one, support a business that I think it does a great job, but two, to put your nose on some things that otherwise you might not be able to. I know this was there. I didn't put nose on it there, simply because I knew I had the discovery set at home, and then two, there were some other things that I did not have access to, and I wanted to smell as much as I could while I could. But yeah, that's something I want to give a shout out to. Smell goods. What's a good Yeomanell fragrance inspired by any Bond number 9 fragrances that you're familiar with? So the only one that I have had from Bond, or from Yeomanell, that was a Bond number 9, was their take on Lafayette Street. That's the only one that I've actually put nose on, smelled. I have a 30 ml of it. For me, I'll just simply say that it's a good one, but for me, Wild Card from Joe Milano captured a little better, right? And performed a little better for me. But yeah, that's the only one. Let me go there and see if there's anything else that sticks out that I've put nose on. because I have gotten like some samples and discoveries and the discovery sets from them. I'm trying to see what else they have from the bond number 9 line. Give me just a second here. Yeah, that's the only one. Yeah, that's the only one from that's a bond number 9 that I've put nose on. No worries. Now one that I just got in a couple. This one right here. So this is, I know you can't tell what it is. This is Blue Island. So this is his take on Isola Blue by Raja. Pretty spot on. In the pocket, in the space. The opening for me when I smelled Isola Blue, the opening is just a little different for me. The opening just opens a little heftier for me. And this is macerated. So this is macerated, but Isola Blue, if you're looking for an Isola Blue take, Yeoman's got a good one called Blue Island. Pretty good, pretty decent out there. And then I've got a couple others that I'm going through and getting ready to do reviews of and tests of. All right. Thinking about getting Yeoman's take on Greenwich Village by number 9. We shall see. Here's so you may check, see if Fatboy Finesse, see if Walt has any experience. Go through his content, see. He may have, because I know he's a bond number 9 guy. And he's tapped in with Yeoman as far as he's got a few from them as well. So check Fatboy Finesse, check out his channel and see if he's got anything that's there, if he's got a take on it, and then that might be your way to kind of get that information. Because I'm trying to think what else he's got from them that I know he's gotten from them. Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head, but I think Greenwich Village may be one that he's had. Check out. All right. A Falcon Risala orthograph is a great Raja Dove. Isola Blue Gator has it as a great Gator as it. Okay. Yeah. So here's the thing. I went to my Neiman Marcus this past weekend, and this is where I might become like Jason, because as he is with Creed, Raja has some good stuff that I was like putting my nose on and smelling. I was really feeling a lot from Raja. Other things that I'm checking out, Mancera has an explicit vanilla, which is nice. I was checking out some Fragrance de Bois, and them Parfums de Marley, the new ones. They need to be taken out behind the shed and beat for that. Parfums de Marley, for them, 550, 600, however much the bottles are for those new ones, they need a beating, because they are not, to me, they are not worth it. They are not even anywhere that would be a wow factor. I'm sitting there smelling it, and even the lady whose job it is to sell and whose job it is to be like, oh, this would be great for, no, even she was like, it doesn't have the wow factor. She let me smell it. She saw my face, and I was like, this. The yellow one is probably the most interesting, but that's not saying a whole lot. Yeah, Parfums probably needs to be shot for that. Sorry, not shot. We don't do violence that way. They need to be taken behind a shed and whipped with an extension cord or a switch. Some of y'all know about them switches, right? Yeah, check out Walt. Absolutely. I know he's tapped in. And even just, you might even see if Dedrick, because I know Dedrick also has a connection with Yeoman Lael, and he may have one that he's reviewed. So between that, just search YouTube, see if somebody comes up with something, and hopefully that'll help you at least see if it's in the space of it, right? Because as I've said, Yeoman Lael does a good job when they do a good job. There's some things that have been misses, but when they do good job, they do good job. All right. Thank you. Yes, I agree. That we can agree upon. They are not good. They're definitely not. They're definitely not worth $550 in any way, shape, or form. They're not. And if somebody tells you that they are lying to you. Sorry. All right. Ricky, what's going on, my guy? Good to see you. Yeah, you're a little late to the party, but it's okay. It's all good. You can go back and catch the replay. We did a discovery set of Zernell Gillie. Jazz is definitely one that we taking it. We were getting the ball of. R&B is number two. House and techno are all from me. Ones that will probably end up at some point with me, but jazz is the first one for sure. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to smell Elysium Noir. I didn't get a chance to smell that one. In fact, the Elysiums, she started getting me into the not the like the Elysiums. She got me into there was what Lost in Paris. There's a few others that were there that I was like, okay, they're definitely things I want to tap into a little more. All right. Trying to think what else. Yeah, catch the replay, Ricky. Well, yeah, you might just because I think I think our noses are aligned in some respects. Jazz, you may want to first of all get the discovery set, do that, but jazz is it. Jazz is it. Diaghilev, Amber Oud, yes, and Burlington 1819. Burlington 1819. I appreciate Dedrick turning me on or putting me on to that. Pause. Put me on to Burlington 1819. Definitely, that's another one. Definitely a solid one. Definitely a solid one. All right. Trying to think that's it. That's all I want to cover with y'all today. I want to do that. I wanted to get back into going live. We're gonna continue this. I got some interviews that I want to get lined up. I got some folks that I'm going to reach out to, get some interviews done, interviews going. Because we're gonna continue to work this, build this. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you have not already hit that like button, just go ahead and hit it. It's helpful to the channel, even though we're about to shut it down. It's helpful. That way folks can come back around and watch it. All right. Um, Real quick before we jump out, what do y'all what's on your list as we're approaching the Black Friday season, as we're approaching the holiday season? What is on your list? What are the things that you're like before 2025 is out? What do you plan on having up on your shelf? What are some things that you plan on getting and having that bottle of that you can say, this is how I ended my 2025? Go ahead and put that in there. For me, one is Midnight Raspberry. That's coming very soon. I'm just waiting for the if Michael's watching, I'm waiting for the tracking. That's all I'm waiting for. Or the okay to come by and pick it up. Either way. All right. But let me know what you're thinking as far as that. Ball said new PDM fragrances are equivalent to slapping a Bentley emblem on a Nissan Versa and charging Bentley prices. Yes, I agree with that sentiment exactly. Yes, they are not in that space. They don't come off. You can, whether we want to admit it or not, we can tell the differences in quality. The quality doesn't feel $550, $600 worth. If I can be honest, it doesn't even feel the normal price of PDM. It doesn't feel to that level to me. When I smelt them, I'm like, this doesn't, for me, it doesn't surpass their existing lineup. It does not overtake Leighton for me. It doesn't overtake Harrod for me. It doesn't overtake even Perseus for me. It doesn't overtake those for me. So those that they released, that should have been, this is what they should have done. They should have basically released not under the Parfums de Marly brand. They should have created this other little brand that they could have created. They still could have gone ahead and maybe charged niche prices for it, put it out, do a whole big marketing campaign and what have you for it. But to me, to put it out as a Parfums de Marly, say what you will, but to put it out that way and then go that price, they shot themselves in the foot. I think we're all looking at it and saying, y'all was wrong for that. Y'all was wrong for that. All right. All right. So yeah, if Kicks is going to be going live, definitely see y'all over there. Let's go ahead and let's see. Just did that purchase. Wanted to buy Welton London before the end of the year. Done. Now you want more for them. And that's the thing that's interesting about this space is that we get one and then it opens up the door to more. Yeah. All right. Listen, we're gonna jump out. We're gonna jump out. I gotta help my wife with some things as far as she's getting ready to get her. She's got her studio set up. We're trying to get some things taken care of. But I appreciate each and every one of you stopping through. Make sure you're tapped in. If you have not already, hit that like, hit that subscribe, request notifications. And then, of course, you've already been in the comments. I appreciate that. But go watch another video while you're waiting for kicks to start. Go watch another video. Definitely check out the content. And I'm putting out videos all the time. But listen, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for stopping through. As always, I simply ask, stay safe, stay sane, and stay smelling good. I'll see y'all next time. Have a great one. Be blessed. Peace.